Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to break down a Star 9mm BS pistol. This is a 1911 style pistol. Mine is pretty old. It's pretty beat up, as you guys can see. I plan on getting new grips for it and getting it reblown and all that good stuff. But anyways, we're going to show you how to break this down. Again, it is Spanish made. There's another gun very similar to this. It's called an Astra. Both very nice guns. I own both. But let's go ahead and get this thing going. First thing you want to do is you want to check and see where your little pin is. Get that. You're on the other side here. You're going to find those two little holes right here. What you're going to do is you're going to push that pin at the same time you rack it, and it's going to fall out. First you want to make sure your gun's empty, which mine is. So I'm going to put my finger on this little pin, and I'm going to rack it. Your hammer has to be back for this gun to come apart, so make sure to rack it all the way. Pressure and rack. Mine just fell out. I'm going to pull it out, and the whole gun's going to shift forward a little bit, as you can see. So I'll snap forward. Now you have this little pin and this collar. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to push the pin down, and it's going to compress the spring, and you're going to turn the collar. If you turn it one way, it's only going to go partial. If you turn it the other way, it will go all the way. So I set the gun down, so make sure you get you a nice little pad. Set the gun down, push on this pin, and turn it. And go ahead and release it. There's your little pin. Here's your spring. Your spring will only go in the gun one way, by the way. One end is smaller. So now what you can do is you can go ahead and take your collar out. There's your collar. It should have a little tit right there. Sorry, I have shaky hands. I almost dropped it. Now what you can do is go ahead and take your gun and pull it forward. And there's what the insides look like. Pretty basic. Now you have this little thing right here. This thing is one big pain in the ass to get back in because this pin has to go back through it. And sometimes it takes a little force, beating on the gun to maneuver it. But if you turn your barrel down, you can go ahead and push on it a little bit and it will pop out. There's your barrel. There's your slide. There's everything you need. This is the piece on the inside that holds your barrel in place and also holds the spring. This is also why the spring only fits one way. Here's what all the pieces look like. When it's all said and done. Nothing spectacular. Just an old Spanish gun. Alright, so to put it back together, what you're going to do is you're going to put your pin or your barrel back in the slide. Like so. Push it all the way to the back. You're going to go ahead and put this thing back in here, facing down. Okay? So it's right up against the barrel. I go ahead and put my spring in. That way I know I have it in the right way. It's my first try. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flip the whole thing over, put it back on the frame, like so. Take some wiggling around and all that. Now you can see through there, and you can see in this pinhole, everything is not lined up. This is a pain in the butt. It does take some finessing. You will get used to it. I flip mine over. I typically hit it once. It lines up. Mine just lined up on the one hit. So I put my pin in. Now what you're going to want to do is put some pressure on it and rack it at the same time. And it's going to fall in the little groove right there. Now you can go ahead and slide it back. Put it down. I go ahead and put the little collar on first, just so I know it's in there. I go ahead and pull the spring out too. It's always in the way. Put the spring back in, like so. Now you have this little pin. You have to compress the spring, and you have to turn the collar to lock it. So what I do is I go ahead and put this on. I go ahead and put the gun back down, like so. Put my finger on it, and turn. It does lock in. And you're all good. Gun's all back together. This gun will not shoot without a clip in it. You pull the trigger all you want. It does not shoot. soon as you put the clip back in, magazine, it will release the hammer. You can check, make sure your gun works. Mine does. And it's just that easy. I do have some other videos on how to break down an Astra A75. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. I do check my YouTube quite often. And if you want me to make a video on any particular pistol, how to break it down, feel free to let me know. And I'll see if I can get my hands on it. Anyways, you guys have a good day.